Alright, here we are. We got the hood off of the C5, you can see over there. We got it propped up on some boxes, surrounding area masked off, and we're going to paint this. So I'm in the process of washing it down, letting this water dry off, and then I'm going to hit it with my pre-paint solvent stuff. So this is what I'm using. So after my first go, I tried using this. I've heard glass cleaner is pretty good and people swear by it, but maybe it's just the foam version and not this one. I think that blue one was dissolving into the paint, so this one works. It's clearly more expensive, but I mean, if it works, it works. So let's get this cleaned up, and then I'm going to prep my garage as good as possible. I've already swept it a couple of times, and then I'm going to put some water on the floor, and then we're going to spray this thing. Floor is wet. Already did the Semsol. Gonna tack it. Actually, I should mix the paint first. So for the paint I'm going to use is, I'm going to use a sealer. This is a dark gray sealer. It's a 4:1:1. I mean, if you want to make it perfect, use a primer, flatten it out, make it as smooth as possible. But for what I'm trying to accomplish here, a sealer will do the trick. It will help me have a good foundation for the base coat, and I won't need as many coats. Yeah, so let's mix the paint, then let's tack rag, then let's spray. Laid down the sealer, came out pretty good. So now we're going to lay down the color, and yeah, so mixed up the color. It's a 1:1 mix, and then we're going to tack rag and then spray the color. Alright, here we are. This is after 2 coats of color. So not too bad, but I do have quite a bit of dust that has landed inside, and it's stuck into the paint. So I'm going to sand this. I'm going to wet sand it and try to get all the flaw areas out, and then I'll do another coat of base, and we'll be ready for Alright, just finished color sanding it. We ended up taking out some of the dirt. You can see little holes where dirt used to be. So yeah, got out quite a bit. Now it's really smooth. I decided to just go ahead and continue sanding the rest of the hood. And yeah, so I'm going to give the whole hood another coat. I've heard that you can just do like sand the little areas where you got dirt in it and just little touch-up spots with the paint, but I'm just going to do the whole thing. We had a big little, I don't even know what that one was, but yeah. But yeah, this is ready. Let's spray the base coat again. The base coat does not have any hardener, so we're still good to go. It's actually in the gun still. So yep. Got the base coat done. This is the final coat, all finished. It's ready for clear. So I gotta mix up my clear. My clear mix is a 4:1 to a half. So that half being the reducer. And that's what it says according to the specs for the paint. But yeah, let's get this done. Here we are, new day. Let's see the end result. Man, for a garage paint spray, and for this being really my first time spraying, not bad. I did get some overspray here. This was the first time, and then I got some here too. This is actually kind of sticky, so I'll be able to wipe all that out. I'm not worried. Give you another view of the hood. And I also painted the trunk. If you remember, the trunk was bad. I did this about a week ago. So trunk looks good. Really not bad for first time paint project. I mean, there's a lot of struggles, a lot of complications I went through, but we got it done. So as you see here, here's a bunch of paint stuff. Basically the story is, first time I painted the car, immediately, about an hour and a half after painting, I brought it out on the driveway at night, and I took off, went back to college, came back the next week, and the clear coat was super dull. Like, it looked worse than when I started. It looked worse than after I finished sanding the car. So basically the problem was the clear coat never got to cure. It got water in it because it was so cold, and yeah, it just ruined it. So after that, I decided I'm starting over. I'm not going to end on a bad note. So I bought another set of paint. That's why I have so much paint. I sprayed the car all over again, started from scratch again. And actually, I went through this process a few times, spraying base coat and then not liking it, starting over because I had some sort of chemical reaction or a bunch of fish eyes. And yeah, so overall this is the 4th time I've done this hood. The 3rd time, okay, I guess it's third, but the 3rd time, the first time I was spraying, right before you saw me spray the clear coat, I had some dust fall on it. Then I spilled a bunch of clear coat on the hood, and that sucked, and I had to wipe all that clear coat off, wipe some of the color off, spray another coat of color, and then here's the finish. And then with the trunk, there are some flaws. It's not perfect. I have a little bit of a chemical reaction right over here, if you can see it. I think they call it biting. Basically, whatever was under the surface did not like what I was putting on it, and I was laying the coat too thick. I also have some dust in here and dirt. I'm sure I have some in the hood too, but I have a feeling I'll be able to polish and wet sand out most of that dust and dirt. But for what it is, it's way better than when I started, and I learned a lot. I'm making progress towards being able to paint this car, and that's really what matters. So yeah, so if you watch this, let me know, should I paint this car? I would really love to. It has some bad clear coat fade. This bumper needs all new rework. Yeah, this clear coat's just peeling. Yeah, let me know if I should paint this. Has a brand new engine if you're not familiar. I don't know. It'd be super sweet, but also be a lot of work. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, put this in the garage, and then you might see what I'm doing next to it in the next video. Thank you for watching.